Hey guys, Problem 1701, and today we're going to talk about classic Doctor Who steelbooks. Now, so far this year, we have not had any more animations announced for 2021 other than Web of Fear. I've already done a video where I mentioned I'm a bit concerned about that because usually they announce what the next one is well in advance, and we still haven't heard anything, despite rumors about Evil of the Daleks and Abominable Snowmen coming. And, I'm wondering why we haven't gotten an announcement yet. And I have a couple theories I'm curious about. Now, we do know Web of Fear Web of Fear is coming, the special edition of Web of Fear, where they're animating episode 3, the one episode from the story that's currently missing. Excuse me. Now, they are using a different animation technique for it. It has a more three-dimensional look, which I really like. I really enjoyed the trailer that they released for it. The animated trailer looked really good. I think it had Patrick's mannerisms down really, really well, especially the way he was running at the end when he ran off. It looked very like Troughton. One of my biggest complaints about, like, say, Fury from the Deep is I don't believe Troughton's mannerisms fit Troughton. The way they drew him, like with his fist on his hips and stuff, seemed very out of place. But here it seems like they've captured his mannerisms down pretty well in that trailer. So I have a lot of high hopes for episode 3 of Web of Fear. And I wonder how much more expensive it is to animate in this style versus the style they have been using for the stories. Because I know they have to do these on some kind of budget. And I think maybe they're using this Web of Fear as a trial to see what people are going to think of this new animation style. And I definitely think they'll go by sales of the Steelbook. You have to forgive me, my sinuses are all over the place. I think they'll definitely look at the sales of Web of Fear and decide whether to continue using this style. Abominable Snowmen is pretty much the flip coin to Web of Fear. You know, they're basically part 1 and part 2 of each other. Web of Fear is pretty much a sequel to Abominable Snowmen. So I would imagine they are considering using the same type of animation style for Web of Fear for consistency. And Web of Fear, of course, is a 6-parter with only episode 3 needing to be animated, but Abominable Snowman is a 6-parter with only episode 2 existing. And they'll probably animate the whole thing. That's what they've been doing lately, like with Faceless Ones. So I would imagine with just 1 episode out of 6 existing, they'll just animate all 6 episodes. And again, if this new method of, this new 3D method of animation, like they're doing for Web of Fear, if that's what they're thinking about doing for Abominable Snowmen, it's probably a lot more expensive than, say, the animation they used for previous stories. And they probably want to see how fans are going to react to this animation from the Web of Fear release before they commit to doing 6 episodes using that animation style, which could increase costs, especially if they don't think they're going to make that money back. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't formally announce Abominable Snowmen or Evil of the Daleks or whatever the next story is until Web of Fear releases, or until at least we get a good trailer for it. And we won't get a full trailer until close before it releases. Because of that, I think we might only get 1 other story this year instead of getting 2 like we think. Especially since this process looks a lot harder to animate. I mean, I don't know. I have no degree in animation whatsoever. But if it's a lot more complicated and time-consuming, it could take longer to complete. They could actually have both the studios working on 1 story instead of each studio working on its own story. They could both be working together to animate 1 story doing this new method. I'm really excited about Web of Fear. I'm concerned we have not gotten any more information about Web of Fear. We have not gotten a release date still. We have not gotten art for the Blu-ray or DVD. We have not gotten art for the Steelbook. We have not gotten more information, I think, about some extras. And I'm a little concerned because I think they announced it back in November. Here we are, December, 3 months later, still not really any new news about it. I'm getting a bit concerned about that. I think we might get an announcement maybe on Patrick Troughton's birthday, which is March the 25th, I believe. That would be a perfect day for us to get some information about him. Would have been his 101st birthday. So I think there is the potential for an announcement there. I think we'll either get a release date for Web of Fear with all of the artwork for like the steelbook and stuff, or I think we might get a teaser for what the next story might be. Again, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they held back the next story until after Web releases, just so they can see what people are going to think of this new art style, this new animation style, this 3D animation style they're going with for Web, and see how well it takes with the fandom. Because if it doesn't take, then naturally they wouldn't want to spend the extra money on it, and they'd probably go back to doing something more like Fury, Racker, or Faceless Ones. But if it does take, then they know it might be worth putting the extra money in to do it. And they'll probably go by sales and everything, I would imagine, too. So I think there's a possibility we might only get one more story this year. I think they would do Abominable before Evil, simply because Abominable's the flip coin to Web, even though I think, personally, Evil would sell better because it's Evil of the Daleks, and I would prefer Evil of the Daleks, even though I want both. And, of course, maybe the reason they haven't announced something is maybe they're going to do something totally out of left field. And for all I know, maybe both the teams are working together on Daleks' master plan. Who knows? 12 episodes, and I know 3 exist, but at this point they just animate all 12 episodes. Maybe they want to do something in left field to throw us all off, like, what? Maybe both of the main animation teams are working on Daleks' master plan together. That seems kind of silly because with seasons 4 and 5 becoming pretty close to completion, it doesn't make sense to suddenly do a story from season 3, which at this point needs the most work, especially since the audio for Dalek's Master Plan, that's right when Graham Strong started wiring his microphone directly into the TV. It was like partway through the story, like halfway through the story. So like half of it has the really good audio quality and half of it has the not as good audio quality. So I don't know if they would want to do that. And like I said, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that to me. As much as I'd love to have Dalek's Master Plan, it makes more sense to complete the Troughton stuff. But who knows? Maybe they want to surprise us. Who knows? They might be like, Dalek's Master Plan. And we'll all be like, oh my God! So, who knows? But that also would explain why they haven't announced anything, because that would be a lot of work to do before you really announced something. They might want to wait until they have something substantial to announce about it. Anyway, that's just kind of my thoughts on these steelbooks and why we haven't got an announcement, or steelbooks, I keep saying steelbooks, on the animations, and why we haven't gotten an announcement yet. My sinuses are killing me. I think it's mostly just because they want to see how Web is going to do in sales before they commit to this new animation style that they might go with, because it seems like it would be more expensive to do. I personally like it a lot. I loved that trailer they did for it. And I like Web of Fear. I own the DVD of it, but I'm going to double dip and get the steelbook. I have the steelbook pre-ordered. Hopefully it's a good steelbook design. The last couple have been disappointing. And hopefully on March 25th, which is just under a month away as I'm recording this, since it is Troughton's 101st birthday, hopefully we'll get some news about Troughton there. I figured, like I said, it would be something related to the animations, or maybe they'll really surprise me and announce like the season 6 collection box set and the Blu-ray collection. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. What do you think, or what are your thoughts on why we still haven't got an announcement for the animations yet? Are you excited about it? Do you like the new animation style that it looks like we're going to have for Web? Do you prefer the old ones? Comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you guys. Other things to do: click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, and most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.